is a quick start guide for the Excel Skills Basic Fixed Asset Register template. The Basic Asset Register template enables users to compile a complete fixed asset register which incorporates an unlimited number of fixed asset classes and categories. The template accommodates depreciation on the straight line, diminishing value, and double diminishing value basis. And the template does not accommodate revaluations. If you want revaluations to be included in your fixed asset register, please refer to our other fixed asset register template, the IFRS based one. Let's start with the setup sheet. The setup sheet, you enter your business name, which is just used as a heading on the other sheets. You select a year-end month, and then you can also specify whether depreciation needs to be calculated on a monthly or a daily basis. You select when depreciation commences. So 0 is the standard option for the same month as acquisition, but you can also select 1, which would mean the depreciation only starts in the months after the acquisition. Then you can also select whether assets are depreciated in the months that they are disposed of. So if an asset is sold and the option is no, then it's not depreciated in the months of disposal. The next section is the asset classes. These are your financial statement classes. We provide for asset classes and then asset categories, which are subcategories of the classes. So you'll see that each asset category needs to be linked to one of these asset classes in this section. We also enter a description for your category, and then we also provide for entering cost, accumulated depreciation, and profit or loss on sale, GL accounts. So these are used in our automatic journal. Then you have the input error section. So these input errors are codes that are displayed when input data is not correct, and these are the reasons. We just include that for information purposes. The input errors are covered in a lot more detail in the Kemple instructions. Let's have a look at the asset sheet. So that's after revealing your setup, the first step is to create a unique asset code for each asset. So that asset number in column A, that's your unique code. Then you can also enter asset ID number, which may be found on the asset itself. So for physical verification purposes, you can include that asset ID. Enter a description, select owned or leased in the asset type, assign a category. All the categories that are available or have been set up on the setup sheet will be available for selection. Choose a depreciation method, whether SL for straight line, BV for diminishing value, or DDV for double diminishing value. And that's all the user input columns. You can also select or enter any review deck at the top of the sheet, and all the calculations on the sheet will automatically adjust, including your automated depreciation calculations. So all the columns with light blue column headings contain formulas. I won't cover all of them. These initial columns are all just required for other calculations, but your main analysis of assets starts here. On the individual asset basis, it's assets at cost, accumulated depreciation, your closing carrying value, profit or loss on disposal, and then your depreciation for the current month. We don't have any revaluation or tax or deferred tax calculations in this template. So from column Z onwards, these are all calculations that are used in some of the other columns. Okay, so we'll look at the transact sheet next. So once you've created an asset, you need to record an asset acquisition transaction. And it's only at that point when values are assigned to an asset. So when you create the asset code initially, there's no value assigned to the asset until you record the acquisition transaction. So that's done on the transact sheet. You enter transaction date. Date formatting is both in your regional date settings. Then your transaction types, you can enter acquisition or disposal. We don't accommodate any revaluations in this template. Then your asset number, you can select any asset number that has been added to the asset sheet. So you need to add your assets to the asset sheets first, and then you record your acquisition transaction. You can enter supplier and a document number, and then your amount. In case of acquisition, you need to enter the acquisition amount year. If it's a disposal, you do not need to enter an amount year, but you'll enter proceeds on the sale of the asset year. If an asset is written off and not sold, then you would just enter zero value year. The lifetime lifetime in years of the asset needs to be specified. This is basically what determines the depreciation rate. So a lifetime of 5 years would result in a depreciation rate of 20%, 1 divided by 5. So it's the inverse, really, the rate. If the asset has a residual value, you can enter it in this column. So all the columns with yellow column headings are your user input columns, and the light blue columns contain formulas, which are automatically extended when you enter new transactions on this sheet. So I'm not going to cover all of the calculations. It's just very basic here. Let's have a look at the category sheet next. So your category sheet has asset summaries for each asset category that's created on the setup sheet. So you'll see your assets at cost, accumulated depreciating, closing carrying value, profit or loss on disposal, and your current month's depreciation. Similarly, the classes sheet has all the same information, just based on your asset classes. And our last sheet is our journal sheet, which has the automated journals. So you can select either year-to-date or month-to-date journals, and the GL codes that you specify on the setup sheet are used for these journals, which include a depreciation, additions, disposals, proceeds on disposals, the costs on disposal, and accumulated depreciation on disposal. And that's it. So if you need more information about the template, we included a detailed instruction sheet, which covers everything in detail. And you can also go to our YouTube channel and view the videos in the support section, which we post based on what users ask for.